Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Cancer. I was just looking for the rest of the deck. So, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. Um, Cancer, I actually just recorded the Gemini reading, but because today is the solstice, the winter solstice. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce this word in English. The winter solstice here in the southern hemisphere, and the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. So, yeah, it's interesting because um, it's the start of Cancer season. So I just thought, why not give it a try and see if there was another message for today, a message for Cancer, since today is this entrance of the sun in your sign, Cancer. Um, and this is a very festive season to me, right? Being a Cancerian myself. So, I'm actually really glad with the message that I'm seeing here. And right away, when the message came through very powerfully, I just knew that, I had to record it. So this doesn't often occur, to record two readings in a row, you know, and even more so in a very powerful astrological, energetic kind of day like today, right? So before I begin with your message, Cancer, happy solstice for you. Yeah, it's your season, so let's see what the cards want to add to this solstice energy. And the message that I'm seeing here, which is very complementary to the message that I saw in Gemini's reading, it's all about you finding your grounds. So, yeah, we start with the Four of Pentacles, which is the card that to me represents this very grounded basis, the structure of your beingness, but your human beingness, if it makes sense, because it's the Pentacles. It's something that includes your physical well-being, sorry about the noise, something that gives you this very stable and solid ground for you to find safety, in a sense, right? So the message that came through with this card was you're finding your ground, Cancer, which is very incredible. And this is actually something that I was really, really happy and surprised when this card opened up your reading, Cancer, because in Gemini's reading, the card that came through with a similar message was the Seven of Pentacles. And even in the reading for Gemini, I mentioned how, usually I see this building of new grounds or finding stability usually is represented by this card. And here it is in your reading. So I feel like it's a little bit of a continuation of the Gemini reading, but I feel like for you, Cancer, it's like you are finding it. You have established your roots. You have managed to find a solid ground upon which you can develop, right? And so this was already giving me like solid and safe grounds vibe, you finding it. But when this other four, the Four of Cups, came through, it was so beautiful because I heard that phrase that is so cliche, but to me, cliches are so cliche because they're true, right? So I heard the home is where the heart is, right? So two fours, right? The four to me is a number that is so, it's like the cornerstones of your home, right? And this can be applied to your body, right? The cornerstones, the foundations of your being. So it's not just your body or your home, it's also your emotions, your psyche, your it's like the all of the subtle sensitivities that you carry with you and all that you feel, right? Not all that you have or all that you have earned, right? It's like finding your grounds in practical terms, but also finding your grounds in very emotional, well, finding emotional stability, right? Finding physical stability and finding emotional stability, which is incredible. And maybe we're talking about home, right? Finding your home, finding a dream home, or finding a home where you feel safe, right? And the interesting thing, after these two fours that I'm going to hold here, these two beautiful cards pretty much confirmed to me was what I was already sensing here, very softly, very, it's almost like the you know, the first foundations. So it's like here is finding the grounds, but here is finding the home. And it's like this judgment, you know, followed by the tower. To me, the tower usually comes through as a safe haven, right? A safe home, a place where you feel like you are protected, that you are guarded from, you know, the evil of the world. It's like there are walls there to protect you from any sort of harm, right? I always feel like there is a sense of comfort, and it's just cozy and protective, right? And I feel like this is all that Cancers look for in a home, especially me being one. I can tell from my own experience that yes, that is definitely what I look for. So with the judgment being here first, what I was seeing here, it was interesting because as I hold this here in front of the camera, I'm getting this message of, after finding or trying to find your grounds, right, where you felt not only safe physically but also emotionally safe, there is a spot, a specific place, an apartment, a flat, a home, whatever it is, that you are going to give your final word. It's like there is this announcement, this verdict that is going to be announced by you, that this is the one. It's almost like I can hear this knock, right? Or this soul kind of decision, right? It's almost like I don't know, because this is not so common here in Brazil, but I know that in some countries, maybe in the US, maybe, I don't know, maybe in Australia, yeah, because I've seen a few YouTube videos where this is very common in Australia, where when somebody is selling a home, instead of going through this more traditional selling process, it's like they do auctions, and it's really big and it's incredible. And it's almost like I'm seeing you, Cancer, looking at this house or looking at this place and finding that it ticks all of your boxes in terms of stability, safety, security, joy, fulfillment, protection. It's like it really is everything that you were looking for in terms of, you know, structure or foundation of a home, or, you know, the blueprint or the aesthetics or the architecture. It's like it's everything, right, that you consider is essential for you, right? And here it is. It's almost like maybe, you know, because what I was seeing initially with these two cards, it's almost like you are going from home to home, or, you know, with maybe a real estate agent, like looking for places, and you had all along this decision making process that you knew that once you found the one, it's almost like these two major arcana here are, it's almost like the ringing the bells. It's almost like it's pretty obvious that what was being hinted at first with these two minor arcana It's like the sensation that you have found it, right? After maybe searching for a little bit of time, right? Or maybe a long time, who knows? But this judgment after this tower, it's like it's sold, right? Maybe you're buying a home, maybe you were signing a contract, like a rental contract or something like that, or a mortgage. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's like the announcement is official, right? And you're looking at the one that you have chosen because it had really ticked all of the very essential items that you considered for yourself as bringing you this safety that you desire to find, right? But not only physically, but also emotionally, as we saw with the Four of Cups. But the interesting thing here is that, well, let me include already this one. Remember when I was talking about that before you gave your prize or you gave your, how does it call? It's like your offer. You send your offer to buy a place or to rent a place. It's like it's being considered, right? It's almost like while you do all of the paperwork or while you do all of the bureaucracy that is required, right? It's like the legal system now has to officialize it in a way after you have given your word, your statement, your decision. So while all of this process going on, this happens, which feels pretty much like this is your internal, it's almost like this visualization process or this imaginative ability that you have to intuitively see yourself living here, right? Because we have the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So let's talk about these two first, right? Not only this place that you find yourself in provides you with a feeling of being grounded, being safe, being protected, both physically but also emotionally. There's also, it's almost like the fours were just the abstract structure or the possibility, right? Or the essential things that had to be considered, right? For you to make the decision. But once the decision is made, it's like, and this is being processed, you can see yourself in it with the Five of Cups. It's almost like if these were, the items that you required, right? Just to feel fulfilled, to feel like you were being listened to, right? This five, it's like, all of the things are here and more because it's like you can see yourself in it, right? Usually the fives to me indicate like a specific location, and in your case, Cancer, today is the place where you find yourself at home, right? And it's interesting because it's giving me this perception of maybe this is your first home, or maybe this is your dream home, or maybe this is like the place that you had envisioned for quite some time. That is the reason why you had already such a precise list of things, right? Not only physically, but also emotionally. It's so meaning that it's not just the walls that matter, right? It's like the environment, the neighborhood, the trees, whatever, right? So seeing yourself in it, it's almost like, so this is you envisioning yourself moving in there, right? It's like really stepping into the door. With the Three of Cups, usually I get a message of co-creating from the heart, but this was looking like a future kind of thing, right? So yes, this was looking like, kids and plans for a future family. So once you see yourself in a place where you feel like you are comfortable, like you are safe and protected, this is a spot that you can just plant yourself in it, right? And let your roots just go down and deep, right? And establish yourself there, especially emotionally. Because with this card here, it's almost like this is, you know, down the road, a few years or maybe months or however long it takes. It's like these are plans to bring something into creation. And yes, here it's coming through it specifically as a family, right? Kids. So however you see yourself like moving into this place, to this new home, I feel like not only you have all of your desires requested like there, and in a way that really fulfills you more than you can imagine. It's like it fulfills future desires. So these are not only you know, immediate requirements, right? But this is like where you can plan for the long term, right? And so with this last card here, the Two of Swords, that is the interesting thing, because at first what this card was talking about was like, do not, yes, you may envision yourself, you may see yourself moving into this place, this is the one, you have found it, you can see yourself in it, living in it, and you know, creating this sort of emotional connection to the place and making these future plans. But do not get caught into things that are not yet there, right? Because this was talking about at first as not seeing exactly how this future will unfold. But the other thing that came through actually came through as whispers of intuition. So I actually, you know, was sitting down here a long time trying to understand what this card means by whispers of intuition, because I feel like you are already very in tune and very intuitive naturally, Cancer. Especially in regards to home, right? Because Cancer is very homely. But well, it's almost like do not create expectations from what is going to happen or what could happen or what your heart wants to happen, right? Because I feel like there are things that are unseen or things that are going to be given as whispers of intuition, right? It's like now you have found it. It's like focus on this big new chapter that you have given your decision. You have announced something that is going to maybe, you know, change the way you live your life, right? And that you find yourself protected, right? But do not worry about what you cannot see yet, that you're just wishing and creating this expectation, right? The whispers are going to guide you either way. So don't let the expectations guide you. It's like let the intuition guide you instead of this expectation, right? So Cancer, I'm going to pull more cards for you to see where this whispers of intuition is going, where this potential new home is going to, you know, lead you to this new life of yours. And also, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. And happy solstice. Okay, bye.